Fair point. Here are the standings. Jacksonville surging, Titans falling. Nick, how dangerous are the Jaguars if they sneak into the playoffs?
Well, the Jaguars are absolutely going to not sneak into the playoffs. They're going to storm into the playoffs. They're going to host a playoff game, and they are going to win that playoff game. The Jacksonville Jaguars, whether it is against the Miami Dolphins, whose quarterback has the same playoff experience as Trevor, or the Los Angeles Chargers, whose quarterback has the same playoff experience as Trevor, or the Baltimore Ravens, the three wildcard teams, whose quarterback right now is injured, the Jaguars in Jacksonville will beat any of those teams. However, that is not what is interesting.
Wow.
What is interesting is about the reason why the Jaguars are going to win that division, and that is because America, the prince has arrived, as promised. Oh, yes, go right ahead, gentlemen, please. Come on out, fellas. Oh, the prince has arrived. And we will have a ceremony befitting his regal arrival. Thank you, gentlemen. So, once upon a time, I sat right here on this very set and on Zoom calls and in offices across town and tried to tell the both of you that the 2017 Gatorade National High School Player of the Year and the 2018 College Football National Champion and 2020 First Team All-American should have been Heisman Trophy winner was the next great quarterback in this league. And you all doubted it. And you made fun of him because, he fumbled a few times in the rain in Philadelphia. And you brought up stats and you said he needs to improve to become Mac Jones. When I told you we were in the midst of royalty and you refused to acknowledge it and admit it. And now it is undeniable as he takes the sad sack Jaguars to the playoffs, to a division title, and who continues to be, since week 9, arguably the best quarterback in the entire league. Chris Broussard, what are you gushing about? What are you upset about?
What am I gushing about?
What?
I mean, no offense, guys, but my goodness,
What?
this is
I don't see the problem.
He had 229 yards yesterday.
Well, it's rainy.
You
What's
act
that
like it
in
was
meters?
429. 0 passing touchdowns. This is the tough thing.
What's the tough thing?
Because you know that if you'll be honest
What?
today, I like Trevor Lawrence too.
Oh, yeah, that's what
no,
we ought to do.
You gotta stop
Nick,
doing that.
No,
You like everyone he likes.
Can I finish?
Go
I
ahead.
do. I just don't go overboard
He's
like
not
Nick.
going overboard.
And then when Nick goes
How can you
way
say I'm going
overboard, I try to draw him back.
What's going
he hasn't
overboard?
gone overboard.
What do you
We've
What
got
was promised?
trumpeteers in the studio.
Regal
look,
callers is what they're
I said he would be better. I said he would be better than Mac.
Of
you
course.
know I've said that.
Yes,
He's the
well,
best quarterback.
Yeah, so's Bailey Zappi.
But because you go so far overboard,
I don't know what you
I
think is
actually like
overboard.
Trevor's character. I like what he's about.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I
I mean, just
kind
acknowledge
of
he's the
find
next great
myself
quarterback
pulling
in this
against
league.
him.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't have to see stuff like this again, guys. No offense. I mean, this is what I'm talking about.
Can
My
you
goodness.
just admit he's Peyton Manning 2.0?
No,
That's
I
all I
can't.
want.
No, I can't.
Can you admit he's Peyton Manning 2.0?
no.
What more can he?
We'll see.
What more can he show you that he's Peyton Manning 2.0?
They're 7-8, Nick.
He's going to win the division. I thought you were a wins guy.
Let
They're
me
gonna win
answer the
division.
question.
Yeah.
Dangerous? I don't think dangerous is the word. The word is cute.
Oh.
When
you're
they
cute.
get into the playoffs, they'll be cute. It'll be a cute story.
You don't
This
think
is
they
not
could
an
win?
insult. This
You
is
don't
not
think
an
they could win a
insult.
playoff
No,
game?
this is why it's cute. Look, it's a great story. The young rookie, or not rookie, but rebounds from a horrible rookie experience, right? All right, Doug Peterson, the redemption of Doug Peterson from the way it ended in Philly. It's a cute story. Okay. They're not dangerous, Nick. The Bills, the Chiefs, the Bengals, the Dolphins, and the Ravens are all more dangerous. I'm assuming Lamar will be
You
back.
don't think they
They're
can
all
beat
more
the Dolphins?
No, not in the playoffs.
Okay, in Jacksonville.
Could they beat Baltimore because Lamar may not quite be himself? Sure. I don't think, I mean, look, I don't have faith in Brandon Staley, but Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, I'm going with Justin Herbert right now.
See, so this is
And so they're not dangerous. They're cute. Maybe next year they'll be dangerous. But this year.
They beat the Ravens with Lamar. They beat the Chargers. They beat the Cowboys. They beat the Titans.
And they got mollywopped by the Detroit Lions.
The Lions. I get it.
Yeah, but the Lions
just
are
a few
the
weeks
hottest
ago.
team in football. I mean, like, what do you, since the Jaguars went 0 for October, and they were written off for dead by everyone except for the people with the foresight to know they have a superstar at quarterback. Since then, they're 5-2. One of those losses was against the Kansas City Chiefs, and the other was against the Red Hot Lions when they played poorly. They have played poorly, Brew, once in 7 weeks. And
So
Trevor's been great,
dangerous, what does that mean?
It means they will win a playoff game. It means, in fact, gentlemen,
do they
I
have a
guarantee the Prince wins a playoff game. Gentlemen, go right ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, the Prince, go ahead.
I'm rethinking how much I like the Prince.
All right, we probably should. How? From the bench? As you keep benching them? Anyways, that's the question.
Wildes is Zach Wilson's last supporter.
Say it with your chest.
Who's to blame that Zach Wilson's the worst quarterback in the league?
The Jets organization.
It's not Zach Wilson.
He has a piece of the blame pie, certainly. But I have heard the reason that Zach Wilson is being benched is just because he's bad. I also heard that about Geno Smith, and he was in the MVP conversation. I also heard that about Tua, and he's in the playoffs. So all of a sudden, Zach Wilson just can't play. Okay, if he can't play, if he's lost the team, then why did he start? Why do you start him? You start him, you bench him. It's Mike White. No, it's not Mike White. We're going to Zach. No, we're not going to Zach. We're going to Strebler. No, we're not going to Strebler. We're going to Flacco. Who are they starting next week? Well, no one knows. There's no plan. They've torpedoed this poor guy's confidence. When he got pulled, and I'll throw you the ball. When he got pulled, they had 7 yards rushing. Yeah, he missed a few passes. They had 7 yards rushing.
But the reason Wildes, so here's the thing, a number of things. One is
nuts.
They have a plan. The plan is to go to Mike White, but he got his ribs cracked, so he can't play. And so they decided if we're going to have to play Flacco or Zach Wilson, let's give Zach another shot against a mediocre defense in Jacksonville, a team that is carried by the Prince. Trumpeters, we don't need you at the moment. And
coming back,
Zach instead was as awful as he's always been. So they gave him as much rope as you can ask a team that otherwise, aside from the quarterback position, has awesome players. They have Quinnen Williams.
They gave him a half in a drive.
No, they gave him 22 starts. They gave him 22 starts, Wildes, and I don't know if we have the full screen or not, but he's been the worst player in the league in those 22 starts. He's last in every major quarterbacking category. Last. He is the worst amongst how many guys? 36 guys that have been given at least 10 starts, and he's been given 22. And he hasn't, Brew, the problem is there's not even a thing you can hold on to. So he wasn't great in college. He was okay in college, then one great year, which was, if you remember, because of COVID, none of the big majors played BYU. They had to build their own schedule of nobodies. And they have a 27-year-old offensive lineman, so he has a perfect pocket the whole time. And he looked good that one year. In the pros, he has 3 games with a passer rating above 90. 0 with a rating above 102. He has 3 games where he threw for 300 yards. He's been awful. Okay. And the Jets, Brew, Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner could be a poor man's Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey. And I only say poor man's because Aaron Donald's one of the greatest players ever. Garrett Wilson's awesome.
Yep.
Breece Hall, when he comes back, is good. They have Mekhi Becton when he comes back, and Elijah Vera Tucker. They have the pieces to be good. You can't let the quarterback be a millstone around your neck for the organization.
That's the thing. The NFL today in general, but the Jets are in this position. It's win now. The days of the 5-year plans are kind of.
What's the plan? Like, what? They're going to win the Super Bowl? No. Then what's the point?
No, they as Nick said, they are built. They got great players. All right, around the quarterback.
Fine players.
You can't let him hold you back. I'm not ready to totally throw him out.
He is.
This summer, what I'm doing is I'm going out trying to find a legit quarterback, because Mike White is better than Zach right now. But what is Mike White?
Bro, what do you say to a full court press on Lamar? A full court press on Lamar.
I just don't think they could get him. I think Baltimore's going to franchise him.
Right.
And if they have to match, I think they probably match, because they know they're nothing without Lamar. He's their entire identity and system. So, yeah, sure, if they could get him. Jimmy G, the problem is, you guys know I like Jimmy G, but the problem is he's injured a lot. So I don't know that he's your guy. Can you get Derek Carr? Maybe you do that. If you can get Derek Carr,
you can win 12 games with that roster.
What about Geno?
I think Geno
because
I think
Seattle's going to have a top pick.
Yeah, but I think he's going to stay in
You
Seattle.
don't think they'll go for one of those top quarterbacks?
I think they might, and I think he still stays. Wildes?
Yes.
Do you think that there is a universe that exists where Zach Wilson turns out to be a good NFL quarterback?
Yeah. Well, Justin Fields wasn't good until about 2 months ago. People were ready to write off Justin Fields. The prince who was promised, despite your confidence, you were basically on an island. He just got good in the last 7 games.
No.
Mac Jones was good, and he's gone the other way. The idea that they're playing musical chairs with his starting job and then sitting back there and saying, you know what? He doesn't play with any confidence.
You think? Hold on a second. That's not the. They didn't do the Tua thing with him. He was the anointed starter, and then he got hurt to start this year, so he didn't play. As soon as he was healthy, they put him back in, and then when he was the worst quarterback in the league again and seemed to be unpopular, they're like, geez, I guess we'll go to Mike White, and the team instantly got better.
If you don't get a guy, though, what do you do? I think you got to bring him this summer.
No.
You work with him this offseason.
With the Jets.
And you enter training camp.
You
Mike
trade him
White,
for a 5th-round
Zach
pick.
Wilson, you battle for the job.
No, they destroyed him, bro.
No, he destroyed himself.
But he's got to man up.
He's terrible.
It hasn't been great treatment of, but he's got to man up.
Is he better than Brock Purdy?
It's the NFL.
Is he better than Brock
Not
Purdy?
right now.
No.
You know why? Because they designed stuff for Brock Purdy that it doesn't
How
have
do
to
you
be
design?
super difficult.
But he's got to man
stuff
up
for a guy that
and
can't
take
throw
the
the
bad
ball
treatment.
is hard to do.
Hand it to
they
Christian
brought in
McCaffrey.
a dude from the XFL, and they instantly got better. They brought in Mike White, and they instantly got better. They brought in Joe Flacco earlier this year, and they instantly got better.
You saying cut him?
I'm saying I would trade him for a conditional 6.
I don't know if you can trade him.
Okay, then cut him. You get him out of the building. He's terrible.
I don't give up on him. I'm not saying he's the guy.
They've given up on him.
Or trade him for Mac Jones.
Also, surprise, Mike White didn't play the Patriots.
He's got to man up and earn the job.
Better.
At least
Put
that.
Mike White against the Patriots defense. Watch Judon tee off next year. Stay tuned.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.